In the top stories, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew is on his way to Ghana for a state visit aimed at deepening diplomatic and economic cooperation. Prime Minister Drew says the decision to lift the FinCEN advisory is a positive step for the Federation's financial reputation. And the International Monetary Fund, or IMF, says St. Kitts and Nevis is poised for strong economic growth this year. The details on these stories and more after the break.
It's something that you can't put into words. A buzz in the air. From the time you wake up, you're ready to go. The freedom, the fantasy, the fete. To know it is to live it and love it. You have to experience it. If you know, you know. Angostura White Oak Rum. New look, same vibes inside.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Major Newscast. I am Shaira Flanders. Nationally, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew is traveling to the Republic of Ghana this week for an official state visit designed to deepen diplomatic, economic and cultural ties between the two nations. During the visit, the Prime Minister is expected to hold high-level talks with Ghana's president and senior government officials as both countries seek to strengthen cooperation across several strategic areas. Discussions will cover education, healthcare, trade and investment, climate resilience, agriculture, youth development, and cultural exchange sectors viewed as key to long-term partnership and shared growth. Several memoranda of understanding are also expected to be signed. These include the establishment of a formal political consultation mechanism, a visa exemption arrangement for holders of ordinary passports, and a bilateral labor agreement to facilitate the recruitment of Ghanaian medical professionals. The visit forms part of broader efforts to expand engagement between St. Kitts and Nevis and countries across the African continent. Meanwhile, speaking to ZIZ News this morning ahead of his journey to Ghana, Prime Minister Drew said he welcomed the decision by the United States Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, or FinCEN, to lift its 2014 advisory on St. Kitts and Nevis's Citizenship by Investment program. The advisory, which was issued by the U.S. Treasury Department more than a decade ago, had raised concerns about the potential misuse of the Federation's CBI program by certain bad actors. FinCEN has now formally withdrawn that notice, a move Dr. Drew says reflects the significant reforms implemented in recent years to strengthen due diligence, transparency, and international compliance.
It was very great news to hear that the FinCEN advisory, after so many years, has been lifted from St. Kitts and Nevis. It was as if a dark cloud was over our financial system. As you know, since I took office, this administration, my team and I, we have embarked upon significant positive changes with respect to our CBI program, making sure that it is in keeping with international law, making sure it is in keeping with best financial practices. And so I think the integrity that we have established has really engendered confidence in our people. And therefore, I am very happy that the FinCEN report has been lifted. That would help our image overall internationally. This goes to show that when you practice transparency and integrity, that they can have positive impact globally, and therefore send the message that St. Kitts and Nevis is a country that is serious about transparency and integrity and good practices.
Since 2023, the Drew-led Labor Administration has introduced a series of changes designed to align the program with global anti-money laundering and counter-terror financing standards. These include mandatory applicant interviews, enhanced multi-layered background checks, advanced biometric screening, and the transformation of the citizenship unit into a statutory body with greater oversight. Dr. Drew said that despite the challenges surrounding the CBI program, when the Labour Party took office in 2022, the decision validates his government's reform efforts and sends a positive signal to international partners and investors about the country's commitment to restoring confidence.
I've said before that there will be challenges with respect to the CBI program, that we had become too dependent on it. And as a result, our financial system was too vulnerable. We have taken changes which we know would affect us in the short term, but in the medium to long term, it would be better for the country. We'll have a more diversified economy, a more respected CBI program, and as a result, our country will be more admired, and it gives us a chance to really build from day to day. We understand that there will be challenges as we are going through them, but at the same time, we're making sure that our economy continues to grow and our people continue to enjoy a good standard of living that continues to improve. I've said
the U.S.'s decision to lift the advisory comes at a time when global scrutiny of investment migration programs remains high, with international bodies calling for stronger governance frameworks across jurisdictions. Officials say St. Kitts and Nevis will continue to tighten its processes, including introducing a genuine link requirement to ensure that new citizens have a meaningful connection to the Federation. The removal of the FinCEN advisory is expected to strengthen international confidence in the program and support broader efforts to position St. Kitts and Nevis as a responsible and compliant jurisdiction in the global financial system. Meanwhile, the International Monetary Fund says the St. Kitts and Nevis economy is positioned for stronger growth, greater diversification, and continued financial stability. In its 2026 mission concluding statement, the IMF projects that real GDP will expand by just over 2% this year, with growth expected to edge higher over the medium term. That outlook is being driven by solid tourism performance, construction activity, and developing renewable energy projects. Signals that the economy is broadening beyond its traditional dependence on citizenship by investment revenue. The fund noted that as CBI inflows moderate, economic momentum is increasingly coming from underlying sectors such as tourism, agriculture, infrastructure, and energy investment. That shift, it said, supports a more balanced and sustainable growth model. The IMF also described the banking system as broadly stable, with strong capital buffers and declining non-performing loans. Credit growth remains healthy, particularly in mortgages and lending linked to tourism and construction, while overall financial risks are considered manageable. On the fiscal side, the fund acknowledged that deficits remain elevated and public debt has risen modestly. However, it maintained that debt sustainability is preserved while urging continued fiscal consolidation to rebuild buffers and strengthen resilience. The report also points to stable international reserves and steady remittance inflows, even as the country manages a wide current account deficit. A pattern, the IMF says, reflects strong import demand and active economic expansion. Overall, the IMF's assessment presents a picture of an economy in transition, one that is moving away from heavy reliance on CBI and toward a more diversified base, while maintaining macroeconomic and financial stability. The fund cautions that global uncertainties and natural disaster risks remain factors to watch, but says that with prudent policy management, St. Kitts and Nevis is well placed to build on its current growth momentum. Meanwhile, the government of St. Kitts and Nevis has expressed deep concern over the recent attacks in the Middle East, reaffirming its commitment to international peace, respect for territorial integrity, and the protection of human life. A statement issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said the Federation stands in solidarity with the governments and people of the Gulf Cooperation states and others affected by the escalating situation. The government statement also extended condolences to those who have suffered loss of life, injury, and damage to property as the conflict continues to unfold. Calling for calm, St. Kitts and Nevis is urging all parties to exercise restraint and avoid actions that place civilians at risk, warning that targeting non-combatants only deepens human suffering and undermines prospects for reconciliation. The statement emphasized that constructive dialogue, mutual respect, and adherence to international law remain essential to achieving lasting peace and stability in the region. Meanwhile, citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis who are in affected areas in the Middle East are being urged to leave conflict zones if they are safely able to do so, follow local official instructions, and to keep in contact with the St. Kitts and Nevis Embassy in Abu Dhabi should they need assistance. And after the break, the Ministry of Education has signed a new agreement to introduce the DELF French language certification in secondary schools. And the St. Kitts Nevis Defense Force says it has expanded its capacity and modernized operations to better support national security and regional responsibilities. The details on that when we return.
Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. If you need cash in a flash with now, no need to fuss, leave it to us. When you need cash in a flash, no need to fuss, leave it to us. Hear me now.
When life throws surprises your way, now's here to help. Whether it's for an urgent bill payment, home improvements, or unexpected health expenses, or even that last-minute holiday trip, with Now, you get cash in a flash, approved in just 24 hours.
Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now.
A loan product powered by National Bank.
At The Cable, we believe in giving back because when our community thrives, we all do. That's why, as a company, we make it our mission to touch the lives of everyone in St. Kitts. We spearheaded the renovation of JNF Hospital lobby to ensure better care for all. The Cable sponsors free Wi-Fi in every community center across St. Kitts, so no one is left behind in an increasingly connected world. We stand with communities through every moment, big or small, in culture, education, youth development, and more. Y a ti también, comunidad latina. Cuenta con nosotros. Estamos con ustedes. And when it comes to customer service, we set the standard. We're just a call, click, or visit away because you matter to us. Join the company that truly cares. The Cable. More than service. We're family. Somos familia. And we're proud to always give more where it matters.
Here are your Horsford Value Mart IGA Blue Tag Special.
Running February 19th to March 4th.
Hunt spaghetti sauces are just $5.99. Progressive soups, $13.99. Essential everyday chunk and shredded cheeses, $7.99. La yogurt, $3.39. Blue Bunny ice cream, just $25.99. IGA or essential everyday waffles, $11.99.
Hello, our value deals. IGA and essential everyday honey beer, $19.99. Chef Boyardee canned pasta and microwave pasta, $6.99. IGA and essential everyday canned tuna, $3.49. Langus cranberry and pomegranate juices, $11.99. Soft soap liquid hand soap, $8.99. Irish Spring bar soap, $11.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart. Tell them in Spanish.
Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en Value Mart.
Yeah, yeah, hey. Shop Smart.
Thank you for staying with us. The Ministry of Education has signed a memorandum of understanding with the French Embassy to introduce the Diplôme d'études en langue française, DELF, in local schools. Before the signing, Education Minister Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Jeffrey Hanley traveled to St. Lucia, where he met with French Ambassador Marie-Noëlle Duris to discuss introducing their certification to secondary schools. The agreement, signed in Bastille on February 26th, will pilot the DELF program in 3 schools: Washington Archibald High School, Keon High School, and Verchilds High School. DELF is an official French language certification awarded by the French Ministry of Education. It assesses reading, writing, listening, and speaking skills and is recognized internationally by universities, employers, and governments. For students, it provides a formal qualification that can support further study, scholarship opportunities, and career pathways in French-speaking nations and organizations globally. Meanwhile, the St. Kitts Nevis Defense Force is expanding its capacity and modernizing operations with a focus on sustainable airport operations and stronger regional integration. Under the leadership of Acting Commander Major Coyote Sutton, SKNDF personnel are working alongside regional military air guards and corps, including the Regional Security System, RSS, and the Guyana Defense Force, to strengthen communication, improve interoperability, and enhance operational effectiveness. Military aircraft handling is now under the responsibility of the SKNDF, with operations being carried out in accordance with international aviation standards, a move designed to build technical competence and long-term sustainability. The force's professionalism was also demonstrated during the recent Regional Security System transport of police officers, ministers, and government officials for the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting. Major Sutton said he is proud of the steady incremental achievements in capacity building and professional development within the Defense Force. The SKNDF says it remains committed to maintaining high standards, deepening regional cooperation, and building a modern, capable, and responsive Defense Force for the future. And coming up in regional news, Haiti's Electoral Council has opened registration for political parties as the country moves toward presidential elections. And Dominica's government is in talks with the United States on a proposed arrangement to accept third country migrants. The details after this break.
Every dream begins with a vision, a blank piece of land, a simple sketch on paper, or a conversation around the dinner table. At Horsford's Building and Nevis Centers, we believe that every home starts with hope and ends with something real. From the first brick to the final nail, we are there. We don't just supply materials, we partner in progress, step by step, wall by wall, room by room. We help build lives, futures, and legacies. This is more than construction. It's transformation. It's elevation. It's trust. Dream with us, grow with us, build with us, because your dream deserves more than just materials. It deserves a partner that builds with heart. Horsford's Building and Nevis Centers. Dream with us, grow with us, build with us.
Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank life is nice. You can spend it when you want it, how you like, where you like. Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank life is nice. Home or away, any time of the day. Credit or debit, right in your pocket. With National Bank card, so many benefits. Oh yeah, the choice is yours. Just come and embrace it.
Live your life your way with purchases big or small. Mango, nuts, breadfruit and all.
You can spend it when you want it, how you like, where you like. Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank life is nice.
At The Cable, we believe in giving back Because when our community thrives, we all do. That's why, as a company, we make it our mission to touch the lives of everyone in St. Kitts. We spearheaded the renovation of JNF Hospital lobby to ensure better care for all. The cable sponsors free Wi-Fi in every community center across St. Kitts, so no one is left behind in an increasingly connected world. We stand with communities through every moment, big or small, in culture, education, youth development, and more. Y a ti también, Comunidad Latina. Cuenta con nosotros. Estamos con ustedes. And when it comes to customer service, we set the standard. We're just a call, click, or visit away because you matter to us. Join the company that truly cares. The Cable, more than service. We're family. Somos familia. And we're proud to always give more where it matters.
Haiti has taken a significant step toward long-awaited presidential elections, with the Provisional Electoral Council announcing the opening of registration for political parties, alliances, and other stakeholders. The council says the registration process will run until March 12th, in line with the electoral decree issued on December 1st, 2025. Official representatives of political parties must present themselves at the council's central office with required documentation, including notarized incorporation papers, party statutes, and minutes confirming their current leadership. Alliances will also be required to submit formal agreements, a list of member parties, and confirmation that they will operate under a single emblem. The move marks the most concrete step yet toward holding Haiti's first presidential election since 2016, when Jovenel Moïse was elected. Moïse was assassinated in July 2021, plunging the country into prolonged political instability. Haiti has been governed under interim arrangements and has not held national elections since April 2024. Prime Minister Alex Didier Filzem has said he remains confident that elections can be held before the end of the year once security conditions improve. Speaking during the recent CARICOM Heads of Government meeting in St. Kitts and Nevis, he said political actors have made progress toward consensus and that most major parties have signed an accord supporting stability and participation in the electoral process. CARICOM leaders reaffirmed their commitment to supporting Haiti's return to peace, security, and constitutional order, including backing for the United Nations authorized multinational security support mission led by Kenya. Regional officials say the focus remains on creating the conditions necessary for credible, inclusive elections. And in other news, Dominica's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says his government is in the final stages of negotiating an agreement with the United States regarding third country migrants. The proposed arrangement would see a limited number of individuals sent to Dominica when they cannot be returned to their countries of origin. At a news conference on Monday, Prime Minister Skerrit outlined the scale of the proposal, saying it would allow for 7 migrants every 4 months, capped at 28 per year. He stressed that the numbers are strictly limited and do not involve large-scale relocation. Under the draft framework, the International Organization for Migration would manage the operational side of the program. Logistical details, including housing and financial arrangements, are still being finalized. The Prime Minister said Dominica would not be expected to shoulder undue costs. He also noted that some individuals may not remain in Dominica permanently, as efforts would continue to facilitate their return home. Prime Minister Skerritt described the discussions as part of ongoing engagement with Washington and said maintaining strong bilateral relations remains a priority. And coming up, Israel and the United States have carried out extensive strikes on Iran as the conflict continues to escalate, and India and Canada are moving to reset diplomatic ties and expand cooperation in trade, security, and cultural exchange. The details after this.
In the sun or in the rain, life's a journey, joy and pain. But NCI's here day and night, always here for you, making it right. Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend, always here for you, right here till the very
At National
end.
Caribbean Insurance, you are covered and secure. We're your partner, your protector, your peace of mind. So for home, for health, for life, choose NCI because we're always here for you. Always.
Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend, always here for you, right here till the very end. Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend, always here for you, right here till the very end.
Israel and the United States have launched wide-scale airstrikes across Iran, targeting Tehran and other key cities. The Israeli Defense Forces say the operations focused on infrastructure and military sites, including ballistic missile facilities and weapons production areas. The attacks come after the killing of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei earlier this week, which has led to retaliatory strikes and increased tensions across the region. The U.S. Embassy in Saudi Arabia has warned of imminent missile and drone attacks in Dhahran, a major oil center, urging citizens to shelter in place. Simultaneously, neighboring countries, including Bahrain, Qatar, and the UAE, report intercepting numerous Iranian missiles and drones. Civilians in the region report sheltering from explosions, disrupted transport, and spiking prices for basic goods. International markets have reacted, with oil and gas prices rising and global share prices falling. World leaders, including German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, are monitoring the situation, while the UK has deployed defensive capabilities to Cyprus to protect its bases. The conflict continues to unfold, with humanitarian concerns and economic impacts growing as the region faces heightened instability. And India and Canada have agreed to strengthen economic ties, marking a clear shift after 2 years of diplomatic strain. Earlier today, following talks with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the two countries will finalize a comprehensive economic partnership aimed at increasing bilateral trade to $50 billion by 2030. Carney said both sides are targeting the end of this year to conclude the agreement, describing the moment as an expansion, not just a reset of the relationship. Ties between New Delhi and Ottawa deteriorated in 2023 after Canadian authorities alleged India's involvement in the killing of a Canadian Sikh activist. India denied the claims, and the dispute led to diplomatic expulsions and visa restrictions. Relations began to improve last year when Carney invited Modi to the G7 summit in Alberta. During today's talks, the two countries also signed a nuclear agreement that will see Canada supply uranium to India. Both sides agreed to expand cooperation in defense, maritime security, critical minerals, and energy. And up next in sports, Jamaica's under-20 Reggae Boys kept their perfect record intact after defeating St. Kitts and Nevis on the weekend in the CONCACAF qualifiers. Stay tuned.
the sun or in the rain. Life's a journey, joy and pain. But NCI's here day and night, always here for you, making it right. Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend. Always here for you, right here till the very
At National Caribbean Insurance, you are covered and secure. We're your partner, your protector, your peace of mind. So for home, for health, for life, choose NCI because we're always here for you. Always.
Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend. Always here for you, right here till the very end. Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend. Always here for you, right here till the very end.
Welcome back. Jamaica's under-20 Reggae Boys delivered a devastating 8-0 victory over St. Kitts and Nevis in the CONCACAF under-20 qualifiers in Curacao on Sunday evening. The win kept Jamaica's perfect record intact, moving them to 12 points at the top of Group B. They are level with Puerto Rico but lead on goal difference, having scored 27 goals in 4 matches. Sean Layton and Jabari Howell opened the scoring with quick goals, while Jamari Nolan and Raekwon Campbell-Dennis extended the lead with penalty conversions. The second half saw Jamaica dominate with Layton, Jamoy Dennis, and Orel Miller adding multiple goals, completing the route. Despite the scoreline, St. Kitts and Nevis had moments of danger, hitting the crossbar twice, but Jamaica's efficiency prevailed. The final group match between Jamaica and Puerto Rico will decide the top spot and qualification to the CONCACAF Under-20 Championship, a pathway to the 2027 FIFA Under-20 World Cup and 2028 Olympic Games. And when we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines.
Yeah, man. Another day in the books. Well, hello there. Ooh, she pretty from head to toe, and are you ready to go? Wait there. Whew. Can't afford to slip up. Not even in my dreams.
Recapping the top stories, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew is on his way to Ghana for a state visit aimed at deepening diplomatic and economic cooperation. Prime Minister Drew says the decision to lift the FinCEN advisory is a positive step for the Federation's financial reputation. And the International Monetary Fund says St. Kitts and Nevis is poised for strong economic growth this year. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Major Newscast. Thank you so much for joining us. I've been your presenter, Shaira Flanders. Have a good one.